So if you know me personally or have watched me for the past couple of years, first off, thank you. But I have always claimed Euphoria season 1 as one of, if not the best season 1 to a show ever. I mean, you got Breaking Bad, you got Mad Men, there's a great, amazing, there's Sopranos, but Euphoria, in my opinion, is an amazing show. A near perfect first season, and those two specials we recently just got are outstanding. So when you're telling me you got Zendaya, Sam Levinson, the creator, Labyrinth, the music, like, coming together to make a movie, sign me up! Malcolm and Marie. This brand new film, which was released on Netflix yesterday, February 5th. This film has been talked about by many people of my friends on Twitter, and a lot of my YouTube movie friends have said this movie is a masterpiece. And now I actually haven't watched a video review of this movie. I have very kept far away distance, but I have seen people comment on Twitter and like saying of their screeners talking about how of a masterpiece this movie is. I'm like, guys, don't get me too hyped because I don't want to go in there thinking this, and I'm trying to be like this or even this. This film stars Zendaya and John David Washington and is about a director and his girlfriend's relationship is tested after they return home from his movie premiere and await critics' responses. So let's go ahead and begin with the pauses, and the first thing we gotta talk about are these performances by these two actors. Zendaya and John David Washington are Oscar worthy, and I have a good feeling they're gonna get snubbed out because I don't know if this movie just came out late or just didn't get enough talked about in the press, whatever, but this film is being robbed of like SAG Awards and Golden Globes, which Golden Globes don't even matter. But either way, these performances are amazing. I mean, not just amazing, they're outstanding. John David Washington is stealing every scene, but guess what? Zendaya is in the same exact scene with him, and she's stealing the scene. These two are outstanding. I mean, they each got amazing monologue moments of definitely worth like showing the Oscar scene. Like this, there's so many scenes to pick from, and these two are outstanding. The movie has also an amazing photography of black and white, which I thought was perfect. It just set the tone, the mood. It was a nighttime movie. It's in one house. These two people come home at nighttime, and the whole movie, an hour and 46 movie, is literally in this one house. And did I even mention, to make this movie, they made it during lockdown. 14 days to shoot this movie with 22 crew members. Guys, that's an inspirational story right there, especially for me as a person who's literally going to school to become a film director. Like, that is like amazing. They made a movie during quarantine with 22 crew members with 14 days. That is outstanding, and I give Sam Levinson all the credit in the world for doing that with this amazing cinematography. And of course, Labyrinth music. I mean, it's his music. If you're a fan of him, then you know what you're getting into. Even though I'm pretty sure a lot of this isn't his music. There's one song I was like, is this his song? I'm not really sure, but the music choices for this movie is perfect. The cinematography, how the camera moves, how it sits on someone, zooms in, zooms out, does long takes on performances of John David Washington ranting and Zendaya. Like, it is perfect, great filmmaking and great acting and just a great photography and cinematography. There's so much good, but they do have some issues. Now again, this is just my opinion. If you disagree with me, that is okay. But after watching the movie, I've watched it 1 hour ago, I feel exhausted. Like, I feel like I just got done with their argument, which is either is a good thing or a bad thing. Because for me right now, this movie is truly these two actors just monologuing at each other. They argue over something. It leads to one of them doing a big 5-minute, probably one-take monologue. It's great to watch, whatever. And then Zendaya does it. Oh, and then he does it. And then a little bit of comedy. And then they love each other. But the argument continues, and it gets deeper into character development, which you do need. But after a while, for an hour and 46-minute movie, it gets very exhausting and tiring, and that's all the movie is monologue, argument, black and white, going around the house in different places of the house to argue. That is truly what this movie is. And I don't know how rewatch this movie is going to be any good. Now, the performances are great. The performances are outstanding. Like I'm telling you, they are amazing. But as a viewer, as watching this movie, it you feel like it's just so repetitive, and it gets, after a while, I can't lie, I had to pause the movie. I was like, how much longer is this movie? Now, this isn't a spoiler, but there is a scene where he does read a review after the movie. It is hands down my favorite monologue. It is something I wish I could clip out and literally send to people, because I argue with my friends sometimes, and his rants and monologue after this review, I agreed everything what he said. Like, during the scene, I was pointing at my TV, I was like, yes, that is it. I totally agree with you. I am in love with this character. I agree with you. After the movie was over, I sat down and I was thinking, like, you know, this movie is about Malcolm and Marie arguing with each other about their relationship and how they decide moving on and moving in the past and how this movie is affecting their relationship. But truly, if I sat down and just I thought about this, I think Sam Levinson is a great writer, but I truly think this movie is used as a platform to him to basically criticize studios and directors and morally critics. I think, it's just me, he's using this relationship, he's got a story, but really he's trying to say something more, which isn't a bad thing. But to me, this movie never gives you enough as a viewer, just these two arguing, that it never wants me to watch it again as an entertainment value. He's trying to say something about the industry, and I understand what he's trying to say. It's very blunt, basically. But I don't think this was the way to do that. I think he was just trying to say something by using this relationship character, the story, whatever, but also, hey, I'm trying to, like, say something here about industry and critics and directors and how we make film and everything. And I agree with him. But as a movie, I just don't think it fully worked. I just don't think this relationship and that platform he's trying to use, connecting together, to me, felt like he was using this movie as a platform to say that, which, again, many directors do. And he even references movies that do it right, do the right thing. He referenced that in this movie. Does that make this movie more clever by using that? Not really. It's just telling the truth. This movie is trying to do something of that stage, but it's not doing it nowhere near as well as an entertainment value for the viewer. Now, overall, like I said, the performances, the direction, the writing of the dialogue, and again, these performances are really good, and I can understand people calling this movie really good, but for me, I just think this movie has great performances and a really good script, but as an entertainment viewer value of watching this movie again and like thinking about it, it didn't hit the mark for me. And I just think Sam Levinson, he's a great creator of Euphoria, and I will obviously watch any movie he makes next, especially if he does it with Zendaya, because it seems like he likes to team up with her, and I will support anything he does, but I just think that he used this movie as a platform for something more than just what these two characters are. The movie's called Malcolm and Marie, but really deep down, it shouldn't even be that. And I'm gonna give Malcolm and Marie a C+. Now, with that note, go ahead in the comments and just say your opinion, and I will totally read them and respond to them. Just be respectful. This is just my opinion. If you like the movie a whole bunch, I am so glad for you. Like, I really am. And I can't wait for season 2 of Euphoria and what he does next. But for me, this movie is not a masterpiece. Not close at all. Like, not at all. But anyway, guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.